there's going to be some new stuff that's rolled out, and I think you got to be careful if you're the consumer number one or in this community that like don't pencil this out for what's going to be available long term for this entire year, etc. If you can get it while you can and take advantage of these special promotions, do it. But it's
Yeah.
not something that I think is here for a long time.
Alrighty, folks. It is official. I don't know what this means. I don't know if it's good news, but it appears Wall Street investors are getting antsy. What does that mean for you? It means they're getting aggressive. They're offering new products. And we're going to start today's show talking about 30-year money, 30-year fixed, sub 6, sub 5.9. We're talking 5.8% DSCR loans, 30-year fixed, Convoy home loans. Mr. Dustin, what the heck is going on? Why is Wall Street doing this?
No, I think there's I think there could be a multitude of reasons why they're doing this. From my professional opinion, it's look, we finally know who's in office and seen what he's trying to do, but ultimately a lot were waiting on the sidelines until he did step in. That could be hedge funds, it could be Convoy, it could be consumers. You know, first-time home buyers wanted to see him step in so they could feel better about not any aggressive changes with what's going on with our country. But ultimately, what you just said, it's still kind of flabbergasting to hear a 30-year fix DSCR product at 5.875. Okay, now a lot of asterisks and a lot of caveats. Me and John were discussing this morning, do we even tell the community right now or do we wait until next week? Not going to say we were going to hide it from you, but this was so new and so fresh that we had to talk about it.
It just makes you go,
It doesn't make sense because the average primary conventional 30-year fix is a full percent higher.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
It's not an eighth of a point higher, it's a full percent higher.
Yeah.
And no offense to the community or myself that are real estate investors, we don't deserve
that's not
4%
normal.
lower,
It's not
right?
normal. It's way not normal.
Now some quick, and why John and I were discussing not rolling this out until next week is because I don't have the official details of everything. What I can tell you is that it is only for loan amounts between 150,000
Okay.
and 1 million. Okay, that's the
so,
cap.
So smaller in this world, DSCR,
Correct.
smaller DSCR loans. But
Yep.
but in fairness, very much my community.
Very much so, right?
Yep.
And a lot of investors, I don't know what the number is, but a lot operate in that space because that tends to be right now where the biggest ROI can be gained, not on the $3, $4, $5 million, DSCRs. But what they want, and this can get, a bit hard to get there, but purchase and rate and term. This isn't for cash out, okay?
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
This is 740 FICO or higher.
All right, high credit score. That makes sense. So far it makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to hit every crazy bucket. It's a 5-year prepay.
So they go deep. They don't do 3, they do 5.
Only 5, right?
Understood. That's okay.
Loan to value 65% or less.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. All right.
All right. But 1 to 4 units, townhomes, et cetera. There's no 5, 10 unit, 5.8, 30-year fix going out. And then it's in every state besides Alaska, Idaho, the Dakotas per usual, Utah, and New York.
Okay, so whatever it is, 44 states or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so let's talk about this. Again, you're in the business. I've been around the business for 30 years. Why might Wall Street be doing this? I think there's 2 reasons. And it might be both of them at different extents. Reason number 1 is they believe that President Trump is going to be successful in the short term lowering rates. So they're getting ahead of the curve, right? They could be seeing that the conventional rate, which you're right, is a point higher today, will be coming down quickly. Quickly, 6 months. The other one, which I have a sneaky suspicion is probably slightly more obvious, is they're freaking starving. And they've got to buy the business. They got to keep the machine running. There's no transactions going on and they're starving. Which do you think it is?
I mean, yes, you could argue both, but I believe it's the latter
Mm.
because of my relationship with this fund on Wall Street that's offering this 5.8 with all those parameters, right? I'm not going to say anything bad about them, but we've been
No.
in touch with them for the last year and a half, and they've been asking us to get signed up with them and do their products, and it's just like it never made sense for us. But now, right? And I want to make this clear. They made it clear to us that this is a limited time offer. Get it while you can. It's
There
not
you
going to be
go.
here forever. This
So
isn't a
they got money on the books that they've got to deploy. That's what that is, in my opinion.
100% what it is.
Okay.
99%. I can't say 100 in anything in life.
Yeah.
99 in my opinion. Okay. Because they had been struggling for the last year and a half because they didn't have any aggressive products. And now they're like, how do we get rid of this money that we need to lend out? Fine. We'll get as much as we can through the door. It's kind of like those subscription models, right?
Oh,
With any
yeah.
app. Free for a month.
Yeah.
Hope we like the product, and then we'll pay $5.99 a month for the rest of our life until we don't realize that we log
Yeah.
into our Apple subscriptions and have it,
Oh my
right?
God.
That's what this is. It's
Yeah.
let's get the client in the door. We might lose some money, but we'll get some loans dispersed.
Well, yeah, I don't even know if they're going to lose money because I mean, think about it. They got a 5-year prepay. It's the only option. They got 740. I mean, 65% LTV. I mean,
Yeah.
also, do you think anybody? I don't know. If you look at rates, you got to think they're going to be down from here in a couple of years. So they're going to have that full. Then they'll be cashed out, get the prepay. They're going to be fine. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. I
that's what
mean,
they're looking at.
it's so aggressive, like so aggressive to be, because I can tell you right now, like our other 2, 3 favorite funds that we sell our notes to, like with those same parameters, you're still getting maybe 6.6 or 6.7, right? But
Yeah.
740, 5-year prepay, all that
You know what
to
I'm
blow
hearing you
them
say?
out.
You know what I hear you saying is, or at least what I'm thinking when you're saying this, competition is a good thing.
It is.
Competition is good.
It is, right? Um, it's just, yeah, it kind of hit us when we were waiting for the email or the call to see what their new product was last week. And then we open it up and it says,
You're like, what?
5.8. I'm like,
What does that say?
get on a call now. Pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. Was this a typo? Because, you
Was
know,
this was that supposed to be a 6?
yeah, that's what it was. And now it's confirmed. So it's just interesting because, like, right before we got on, this isn't going to be the only one. It's not going to be what I believe the first and the last of this year,
Oh
possibly
no,
even
it's
this,
coming.
first half. Um, we've seen, for example, I think John brought it up last week, like our RTL bridge fix and flip ground up floor rate went from 9.25 to 7.99, right?
Wow.
So like a 7.99 bridge for, and they don't even have to be quote unquote tier three. Like it's normally tier one, like kind of newer, tier two, done a good amount, tier three, done a bunch, right?
Right, right.
Tier two, we got some pricing for some of our clients at 7.99 on a bridge.
Wow.
That's crazy, right? That's competitive with some long-term 30-year fixed stuff. So I'm just
That's
piggybacking.
wild. That's
Yeah, I'm
wild.
piggybacking on that idea that there's going to be some new stuff that's rolled out, and I think you got to be careful, if you're the consumer number one or in this community, that like don't pencil this out for what's going to be available long term for this entire year, etc. If you can get it while you can and take advantage of these special promotions, do it. But it's
Yeah.
not something that I think is here for a long time.
Yeah, let me just echo that. I think programs like this, the again, my opinion, I don't know these guys from Adam, but they've got a pile of capital that was sitting on the books that they've got to deploy in a short window. So they're putting something together to catch your attention. So yeah, I to your point, I would not build my long-term models with a 5.875 mortgage rate to because it may not, dude, it could be gone in 30 days. Let's just say
What
it. It could be.
I don't know what the over under is. I think that's what they call it in Vegas, but how
Yeah,
long this would last for is I could see 30 days as a pretty good,
a pretty good number,
over under
right?
number. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it could be under, guys. It could be. I
Yeah.
mean, again, I mean, this is totally left field. But you remember that California Dream for All? Remember that program a couple of years ago? Would they have like $300 million was gone in 5 business days or some crazy thing?
I think it was like I want to say it was like 2 or 3 business days if I remember.
Yeah, it's wild.
It
So
was
again,
nuts.
this could go fast because what
Yeah.
they're basically saying is we've got X capital. X capital has got to be deployed. As soon as
Yeah.
it's deployed, gone. But that's why you've got to work with Convoy Home Loans because they're always going to bring us the latest and greatest stuff. Dustin, where should they go?
Just go to our website, convoyhomeloans.com, and make sure you click the drop down to say you came from ORaaT.
Well, I mean, we appreciate you. Dustin, we missed you in Vegas. Next year.
Next year I will be there.
There you go, brother.